Hey guys, Sean here. I'm gonna do my review of the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, Ant-Man, which I saw yesterday, and I gotta say, it is an amazing movie. The action scenes were cool. The dramatic scenes I thought were really well done. Um, this movie did have a troubled production history. First, Edgar Wright, who I think has directed at least one movie I know of, and that was Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He was in development of Ant-Man for years, um, and then when he talked it over with Marvel apparently, not that they didn't like what he had written, it didn't jive with their universe, and so Edgar Wright left due to, I guess you could say, creative differences. And then when he left, um, Peyton Reed came on to direct, and Paul Rudd, along with Adam McKay, rewrote parts of um, parts of Edgar Wright and Joe Cornish's script. But Edgar still does have at least a story credit. I think he does have a script credit too. I forgot what it said in the credits because I was more curious about the post credit scene. Which post credit scene is really cool, but I'll get to that in a minute after talk about the movie. Now, like I said, this movie was really good. We basically opened in the year 1989 with a younger Hank Pym meeting with fellow Shield agents at the time, and I gotta say the de aging for Michael Douglas was awesome. That is some good CGI technology. It is like everyone is saying, it is a lot better than what um, Tron Legacy was, because you could still tell that Jeff Bridges was older, because it didn't look like he was still in part of the first movie. Anyway, a little off topic, but yeah, basically he's retiring from Shield because they want to use his tech, and he believes it can be for Diabolical Alliance. So he retires from Shield, and then we get years later where we meet this guy named Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd, and he's just getting out of prison and he wants to live a normal life. Doesn't want to be, a burglar anymore. But he hasn't. He's divorced from his wife. Hasn't been paying child support due to not being able to hold down a job, due to his criminal history. And so he hears about this deal from a friend that hopefully will help him pay child support. But when he gets to the house to rob, actually he doesn't find money. He finds a suit, and so he tries the suit, finds his drinks, tries to return the suit, but gets caught by Hank Pym's daughter and has him arrested, and then a bunch of stuff there. And then meanwhile, Pym's ex protege Darren Cross is trying to develop his own version of the Ant-Man armor called Yellow Jacket, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens from there. Now, like I said, this is a really good movie. The actors are well casted in their roles. Paul Rudd, I thought, was awesome in this movie. Was really cool in this movie. Evangeline Lilly, I think I pronounced her name right, from the Hobbit movies and Real Steel. I thought she was awesome in this movie. I think she was really good. Michael Douglas was fantastic. The guy who plays Darren Cross, Corey Stroll or something like that. If I butchered his name, I didn't mean to. He was okay as the villain. Not really. As far as the MCU villains, I would say he's not really as good a villain as like Obadiah Stane, but I thought he was cool. Yes. But yeah, Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket, I thought was a cool villain. Let's see, what else can I say? They do tie this movie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe because when Pym asks Scott to basically break into his company and steal the Yellow Jacket suit, Scott's like, well, why can't we just call in the Avengers? And they they go into this whole thing about that not wanting to deal with what the Avengers have been dealing with, and then Scott somehow I think mentions consulting Tony Stark, and Hank's like, I've been trying to keep my technology away from one Stark. I don't want to give it to another. Mentioning Howard and Tony. But yeah, and they also have, there's a scene where Hank Pym wants Scott to break into this building that he, I guess, used to own or something. But it's like when he gets there, they find it's actually the new Avengers warehouse, and then Scott runs into Falcon. So I thought that was kind of cool bringing him in. And then basically the climax of the movie is, fair warning, I do spoilers in my videos. Sorry, but yeah, the climax is basically the big battle between Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, and for some reason Yellow Jacket's trying to get Scott to hand over the Ant-Man armor, and so he basically takes Scott's daughter Cassie as a hostage to force him to hand over the armor. Yeah, like that's never been done before. A villain uses someone close to the hero as a hostage. Yeah, it's never been done before. But yeah, then we get to the post-credit scenes, and the first one is basically Hank Pym giving his daughter Hope, played by Evangeline Lilly, an updated version of the Wasp armor, or suit, we're gonna call it. And then the second one is basically Falcon meets up with Cap and Bucky, who they finally track down after the events of Winter Soldier, and talking about should they bring on Stark for this? But then Falcon's like, I know a guy who could help us. And then end of movie. So what I think of this movie, like I said, it's a really good movie. I laughed. It was a really funny movie. It's really good. There are some slow parts, but not enough to make the movie drag. But to me, this movie kind of, I think, took inspiration from the first Iron Man movie, which not a bad thing because Iron Man was a good movie. It just seemed like it was taking inspiration from the Iron Man movie, but not a bad thing. I don't think there's really much else I can say. I'm really looking forward to Civil War next year. Paul Rudd will be in it. So will Chris Evans. Rob Downey Jr. will be in it. Scarlett Johansson will be in it. Anthony Mackie will be in it. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Civil War. I think it's going to be a really good movie. And they have finally cast the new Spider-Man, who will appear in Civil War, played by an actor named Tom Holland, I think is his name. So yeah, really looking forward to Civil War. Ant-Man was awesome. I guess that's about it, and see you guys later.